Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to ARC Capital Options Mentorship Sunday Prep Class. Today we're going to be going over the week of May 11th, 2026. We're going to be going over the economical calendar, Fed speakers, and earnings for the week. We'll also be reviewing all the potential setups that we're going to be looking at going into this week. So let's get right into it, guys. So today's agenda, like I said, economical calendar, Fed speakers, earnings, key names to watch, and what to expect. Starting off with Monday, May 11th. We have 10 a.m. existing home sale, so 30 minutes into the market open. This is a little bit of a lighter day. Just one report. What to know, Monday is a setup day. One soft housing report, not a major market mover, right? So use Monday to review your watch list, plan your levels, and confirm your bias from the weekend. No Fed speakers, no surprise catalysts. Good day to get organized before a heavy week. Going on to Tuesday here, May 12th. Is going to be a high impact day. CPI day is going to be very interesting, guys. We're going to have Fed President John talking at 3:15 a.m. for whatever reason. Then at 6 a.m. we have some NFIB optimism index, and then 30 minutes before the market opens in the pre-market, 8:30 a.m. we have CPI month over month and CPI year over year. Then we also have core CPI month over month, core CPI year over year. And around lunchtime at 1 p.m. we have Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee speech. And 2 p.m. we have monthly U.S. federal budget. Trading note, do not enter positions before 8:30 a.m. Let CPI print, let price breathe, then look for setups. This goes for anyone who's potentially trading futures in the pre-market or just swinging in overnight, guys. If you're swinging anything overnight, going from Monday into Tuesday, just be aware that at 8:30 you may see volatility in whatever stock you're trading, all right? Especially if it's in the indexes. So going on to Wednesday, May 13th here, PPI day, inflation follow-up. So at 8:30, once again, 1 hour before the market opens, we have PPI month over month and core PPI month over month, PPI year over year, core PPI year over year, and at 8:30, 2 hours into the 11:30, 2 hours into the market open, we have another Fed President, Susan Collins, speaking. What to know, PPI is the producer side of inflation. It can feed into CPI next month. Watch closely after Tuesday's CPI print. If CPI comes in hot Tuesday and PPI follows on Wednesday, inflation narrative stays elevated. Reduce size accordingly. We may see VIX and oil spike up off of this. Just something to be aware about, guys, right? So at Susan Collins, I'll respond with both prints. Listen for language about patience versus urgency. Going on to Thursday here, May 14th, we're going to be having some retail sales, jobless claims, and 3 Fed speakers. So starting off the morning at 8:30 a.m., 1 hour before the market open, we're going to have U.S. retail sales month over month, retail sales ex auto month over month, initial jobless claims, import price index month over month ex fuel, and then 30 minutes into the market open, we have business inventories. Then we have the 3 Fed speakers, which are going to be at 1 p.m., 5:45, and 7. It's the Hammack opening remarks, and then Williams at 5:45, and then at 7 is going to be a Barr speech. So busiest Fed day of the week, 3 speakers, back-to-back data, Fed commentary equals a high volatility environment. Thankfully for us, most of this stuff is out of that opening print, right? Besides the business inventory. So after 10 a.m., we have a pretty clear window to kind of trade off of guys in lunch hour. So take note of that. Thursday, then going on to Friday, May 15th here, we have manufacturing and industrial production. 8:30, 1 hour before the market opens, we have Empire State Manufacturing Survey. Then 15 minutes before the market opens, we have industrial production month over month and capacity utilization. Friday is lighter, 3 manufacturing reports and Fed speakers scheduled. After a heavy CPI retail week, Friday is a good day to lock in profits and reassess. Empire State Manufacturing has been slowing. Watch direction, not just the headline number. No major earnings Friday morning either. Good day to review the week and prepare for next Sunday. Now we're going to be going into the earnings that we have for the week with Richie Rich. So I'll just no. And then you do earnings. Okay, so once again, a little brief overview of the 5 that we're going to see this week. We have John Williams on Tuesday. Austin Goolsbee on Tuesday, Susan Collins on Wednesday, Beth Hammack on Thursday, John Williams on Thursday, and Michael Barr on Thursday. So 2 appearances of John Williams, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, guys. Just keep note of these and watch for tones on rate and inflation.
All right, so this earnings this week, a lot of names, some semiconductors still, some photonic names, some AI names as well, right? We have AMAT, we have Oklo, nuclear energy. We have some names, a lot of different names, guys. So another bigger earnings week, but smaller caps. Don't really see too much big. We do have Circle CRCL Monday morning. Before the open, we have CRCL, we have CEG, we have Barrick, we have Monday, and nothing else really trade aside from CEG and CRCL. Is a big energy name, and CRCL is a crypto name. Close, we have Hims big earnings. Definitely going to be on what Hims does. Definitely got eyes on that because it's kind of a very beat down stock with a cult like following. So want to see how those earnings come out. Could be good for Lilly potentially. ASTS, you have some earnings after the close on Monday. Rocket Lab last week had really good earnings. And the stock ended up ripping from $80 all the way to $107. So does a similar thing happen with ASTS? ASTS is beat down on the daily, but that is something we're going to go over in a little bit later. Upside potential on ASTS if the earnings are good. What else we have? We have Plug. Hold on, let me reading off the screen. Give me a second. We have Plug. We have RGTI. We have, which is another Bitcoin stock. And Rigetti is another. RGTI is another quantum name. What else do we have? We have Archer. We have CLSK, which is another Bitcoin name. We have a lot of names, a lot of that we do trade. This could be very interesting for these names. We have G Pro, MVST, and then Tuesday before the open, like I said before, we have the QBTS, which is a quantum name, AG, KOPN, which is an optical name if I'm not mistaken. So that could be very good for AXTI, AAOI, Light, LWLG, all of those we've been watching for the last few months. On has earnings. We have SE earnings. JD has earnings. We do not like JD, man. We do not like JD. Oklo has earnings Tuesday after close, which is definitely very interesting. Oklo was a very big winner for us last year. What else we have? Carmen, Space and Defense, so CRMN. A lot of space earnings this week, right? A lot of space earnings, a lot of energy earnings, a lot of interesting earnings this week. All right, let me continue. We have ELMD, NXT, FNV, AEYE, ANDG, ATRO, OPI. None of the names we trade aside from Oklo, Oklo and KRMN. Wednesday before the open, we have very, very big name, NBiz. NBiz is one of the names that we have been trading for a long, long time. Very interested on this company and what they report. This is the leader in the data center space right now. All the deals with Microsoft, NVIDIA, and all these big AI companies. Stock has been pushing all-time highs. Interested in how these earnings come out. If they buy a lot, definitely could expect a big move for all the data center names. NBiz, CoreWeave, Oracle, Cipher, a lot of names. We're gonna go over the charts in a little bit. We have Alibaba, another China name, guys. So we have a lot of names this week. Baba is gonna be very interesting. Just based off how big they are in China and how big of a market cap in China they have. Definitely interested to see how they react off their earnings. We have a lot of sympathies with that with Baidu, JD, but they have earnings Tuesday before the open. And after that, we have EOSE, which is another energy name similar to Oklo. Then we have DT, Wix, ICL, VLN, and other names that we don't really trade or we don't really care about. After the close on Wednesday, we have a lot of names that we like. Cisco and USAR. USAR is one of the tops watching in terms of swing trading. And we have earnings this week, so definitely going to see how they react during the earnings and could potentially get a nice trade afterwards. Really good, really looking into this long, and I'll go into that thesis a little later. Let me just get through these earnings. We have AQST, we have PEW, we have DOCS, we have Beat, CPA, and other names we don't trade. Thursday before the open, we have Ondaz Networks, huge defense name, right? Defense name, consolidating for a long time on the daily. So very interested in to see how that, how they come in and report their earnings and see if they beat. give you a little more deep dive into that company and see how they're doing. But their stock has been consolidating for a long time, so ONDS could be the catalyst to break out with this earnings. So see about that. We have BN, Klarna, Lunar, LUNR, Bullish, BLSH. Damn, I haven't seen the name in a long time. Yeti, and then really nothing else on Thursday after the close aside from those few names. Before the open, aside from that close, we have NU, we have Figma, and we have AMAT. AMAT is one of the ones that I'm interested in most. This is a very big AI. They make the materials to make these chips, right? So essential for NVIDIA, they're essential for the whole AI ecosystem. So it could be very nice. Obviously, as we know, MU and SNDK and all the memories absolutely smash earnings. All the semiconductors absolutely smash earnings. So what can we expect with these? What can we expect with this name? I feel like we can expect this name to absolutely smash earnings as well. So AMAT on Thursday after close could be nice. It could set up a lot of runners into Friday, because if AMAT is good, if AMAT things can potentially run off of that news, and could be very nice for a Friday continuation trade. What else do we have after that? We have NN, RUM, BZAI. Nothing else to be trade, guys. Friday before the open, nothing we really care about, guys. Nothing we really need to be too concerned about on Friday before the open. So a lot of energy names, a lot of space names. We have NBIS, so data center name. We have some China names and some quantum names, guys. Some Bitcoin names. Just a lot of names. A lot of names. The main focuses and the most important ones in the premium chat for all the premium members. But a lot of things to look at this week in the earnings. So what to expect this? Do you want to go over this? Or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go over it. So,
You got
what
it.
to expect this week, guys? Our game plan for May 11th through 15th, 2026. Tuesday is the big one. CPI drops at 8:30 a.m. Most market moving number of this week. We don't chase before the number. Let price react. Let it breathe. Then we look. So, you guys know that opening print could be a little bit more volatile than usual. And for anyone just trading futures in the market, just be aware of 8:30 a.m. EST on Tuesday, right? And then going here to PPI Wednesday, backs it up, back-to-back inflation prints. If CPI surprises hot Tuesday, Wednesday's PPI amplifies the move. 2 red days back-to-back equals stay small or stay out. 5 Fed speakers, filter the noise. Fed voices every single day this week. Don't react to every headline. Watch the tone shifts on a pace of cuts. That's what actually moves the market. Earnings are stacked this week. Oklo, Baba, AMAT, NBIZ, USAR. Know these names before they report. Surprise moves create setups the day after. Do your homework. Know your posture before you trade. Check your levels every single morning before opening the chart. That's your permission slip. The ARC system keeps us disciplined. Trust it. Um, you want to go? You want to share your charts here?
All right. So I have what, 1, 2, 3. I really only have like four things to talk about. 4 things charts to go over as well. Let's see. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was what a week last week was. What a week specifically on MU. I mean, look at this. Wild. We're gonna get about this later. Pulling back from 800, but what a wild move on MU. Huge day on Friday. We'll go into this. This week though, NBIZ, right? Has something. This is the strongest data center, guys. The strongest data center stock that we are watching in the market. Very interested to see on how they report. So let me just show you guys a comparison to the other data centers, just so you can get a comparison, right? So CoreWeave here, we're sitting at 114. The high was at 187. We're still roughly 40% from the high, right? Roughly. We're still have some ways until we get back to the all-time highs. Now let's take a look at other data centers like Iron. Look at this. Iron is still roughly $20 from the all-time high, or $16 from the all-time high. So still has some room up. Let's look at Cypher. Still has a lot of room up to the all-time high. All-time high sitting at 25 to 20. This is still $5 away from all-time high, but all of them are sitting very nicely in a nice breakout zone. And the last one, of course, as we know, Oracle absolutely beat down from the all-time highs, and we are actually long on Oracle right now. So definitely interested to see how NBIZ plays out. I don't know if we'll be sitting in Oracle until then because we do have weeklies, but very interested to see how NBIZ performs and how NBIZ reports, because it's going to help me understand better the whole data center industry and the whole data center narrative that we have going on. So with that being said, if NBIS earnings come out good, what are they expected? Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. All right, whatever. They did pull back relatively from the previous high they made off that earnings. With that being said, I think this is giving us a nice entry into potential longs if this momentum up is going to continue on SPY and QQQ. So CoreWeave definitely has a lot of interest for me going into this week. Want to see if we can see some positioning into the new OPEC strike, which is the June strike, the June 18th strike. Where is my option chain? Hold on. So I definitely think what I'm going to be looking for this week. What I'm going to be looking for this week is definitely some opportunity for a potential swing on the June 18th, or the June 18th expiration, right? So definitely going to be looking for some potential opportunity in that. Maybe the 150 calls, maybe the 140 calls, something like that. Going to be just scanning the chain, right? Going to be scanning the chain. As we know, going into this week, it is an OPEX week. It is an options expiration. It is May 15th week. So action just in this week alone. And in weeks like this, you know how all of these say it doesn't say weekly. We call that an OPEX week. So an OPEX week, all the people who are holding contracts, all the open interest on the contracts, they for the most part roll these contracts into further out. So whether that's the June, whether that's July, whether that's August expiration, whether that's next week expiration, it's we don't know. It's up to us to kind of figure it out. So that being said, I'm going to be the June 18th because it's OPEX week this week. So definitely gonna see if we see some more positioning on either side of the chain. And yeah, going into other setups on the data center, Cypher, in my opinion, is one of my favorite setups. $5 from all-time high, has a beautiful daily retest, right? Huge, good earnings, huge break, big move up from 8 to 2023, from 18 to 23. So what is that? $5 move up on a small cap like this, very big move. And now we're pulling back and retesting this 20 area and holding very well. As you see here, as you guys know how we trade with the clouds, we are getting a beautiful break and retest of the cloud on the daily time frame. So definitely going to be looking into some potential swings on Cypher going into that June expiration. And now I like Cypher, especially for small accounts. Why? Because look at the option chain here, guys. I know all last week and honestly all last month and the last 2 months we've been trading pretty big names. And if you wanted to really you had to have a pretty big account. Because a lot of the options we were buying were $300, $400, $600 options. So with that being said, look at Cypher options. I definitely think we can get into a nice swing trade on Cypher, if and it could be very good for small accounts. So these 25 calls are sitting at roughly 120 bid, 130 ask. Let's call it 125. They're sitting at 125 a pop with 27,000 open interest and 1,100 volume on Friday alone. 27,000 open interest is very interesting. We do have 20,000 on the 22 strike, but that strike is only out of the money, was in the money, so is a little more expensive. $2 in premium. I like the 25 just how cheap it is. It's the $120, $130 premium. I like to buy things around $1 and watch them go to $3 to 4, 5, 6, $7, right? Very low risk when it comes to buying those dollar contracts. Could be a very nice trade. Let me go back into the chart. Other ones, the 30 call are cheaper. They're 50 cents, 7,800 open, not that much volume on Friday. A little too far out for me on the 30 calls. The 25s will in the money fast if we did break out high. So let me just take a look at the weekly chart here. I'm gonna send a screenshot in the chat. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. Hold on, give me a second. So this weekly chart is already starting to break out. So drop the screenshot. Mark these levels down. All right. A lot of levels above. We are getting that beautiful break and retest on the daily. So definitely looking into this. We've got these weekly little consolidation, and we are pushing back up. Looks like we want to take out this all-time high, and we are seeing this theme in iron, in CoreWeave, and in NBIS, specifically in NBIS. I mean, NBIS is leaders are leading, and is the leader right now when it comes to these smaller cap data centers. So that is the data centers. One of my top setups going into the week is going to the Cypher 25 call for June 18th. Favorite setup on the data centers right there. Hold on, let me add. All right, what else did I want to talk about? Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. So take a look at MSTR, guys. Take a look at MSTR down here, and we are starting to break out and flip back into a uptrend on the daily time frame. Right now, go to the 4 hour. We are pushing higher. Bitcoin is approaching this 82 area that we rejected off of last week. If we get over this area, what is it, 83? If we get over this 83 area, 83K area, could have a very nice move in MST coin and crypto stocks, right? So I bet coin, MSI, CLSK. CLSK has earnings. CLSK has earnings this week, and I think Mara does as well. So definitely something to look out for that. But MSTR doesn't. MSTR had earnings last week. Really, it's all about Bitcoin. This is easy. Like, this is easy analysis. You want to know why? It's all about Bitcoin. Clearly, we see. Hold on. Honestly, I hate. Yeah. Okay. So it is all about that 4,000 area. Hold on. All about this. Yeah. 82.7, right? All about 82.7 on Bitcoin. If we could break out of on Bitcoin, then all of the Bitcoin stocks are gonna rip. So what do you have to look for in order for MSTR coin, MSTR coin, IBIT, Riot, Mara? What do you look for this, right? If you're looking for upside of these, you have to Bitcoin. We do have the Clarity Act news coming, and what that is the all that Bitcoin regulation and stablecoin news, which could be very good. Let me put CRCL on that list too. Could be very good for CRCL, CRCL, MST coin, and IBIT. Could rip Bitcoin back up to potentially 90. That news does come out. If that stablecoin news does come out, that is very bullish and very positive news for all of these crypto stocks. I'll go more into that in the morning call, in the morning call, pre-market call. If we can get over 82.7, then we can see all of these names rip. Now, in my opinion, the best setups are going to be damn, coins just in this huge consolidation.
Yeah, over 216 is where we see the
Yeah.
seeing a nice hold at two.
Yeah.
I was gonna go over coin and MSTR weekly, daily after, but you talked about it. I could still do some, but I was just gonna go over Tesla besides that.
Yeah, CRCL as well. CRCL, if this thing's sitting over
Earnings
what?
last Tuesday, right?
No, they have earnings this Tuesday, if
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
mistaken.
okay.
Or, no, Monday.
Monday,
Pardon me.
okay.
Interested in CRCL, but if this goes back to highs, right? If it's good, if they accept this, if the act passes, it can go right back to highs. It has a lot of room back up all the way. Hold on.
I said in the chat, guys. If you guys want to go over, those are weekly and daily levels. So just
Yeah, guys, my levels on my charts are all. When you see it super, because we were day trading it, and these end up being 10-minute levels, right? When it gets all crushed up over here.
yeah. I mean,
But with
bro, even if you zoom out on coin on the weekly, like that 145, like, and we've been bouncing off of it now, getting a hold of 200 weekly cloud, or trying to over 216 would be the cloud flip.
we have this beautiful little hourly 4-hour bull flag happening here
Oh wow,
on CRCL.
that's
It
that's
did
really
pretty
nice.
very nice. What else did I have? All right. So one thing that I wanted to talk about here, I'll let you go more into the MSN coin afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing that I wanted to talk about was Rocket Lab, guys. So Rocket Lab said, "Yo, look at this, look at this, look at that chat, look at Rocket Lab, beautiful guys." I move on Rocket Lab. So now, what does that mean for ASTS? Very similar. Hold on, let me close these. Very similar industry, right? Same industry, stocks. Hold on, there's another one. These are all space stocks. We have PL, we have ASTS, we have Rocket Lab. There are a few more, but these are the main ones that have all the volume and volatility. So, with that being said, guys, PL, ASTS can have the sympathies or the continued move now since Rocket Lab is pushing and brought to new all-time highs. ASTS does have earnings. When was it? It was on ASTS had earnings Tuesday or yeah, Tuesday.
Right?
I think it's Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up. So that this is very interesting for a very beat down from the highs. 130 high, sitting at 75. So roughly 40% from the highs, 35% from the highs. Has a lot of room to the Rocket Lab earnings came out very well, and the stock absolutely rocketed. We can see the same thing happen if ASTS earnings beat expectations and yeah, PL, same thing. This has no earnings coming in, so this has no exposure to it. So this could be a very nice move. We have a clear resistance right. Hold on. We have a clear resistance on PL right at this 40 level. We've never closed above it. Have we closed above this, guys? When you look at this chart, hold on. When you look at this chart on PL, have we closed above this 40 level? No. Talk to me, chat. Talk to me. Have we closed over this 40 time frame? No. happens if we get a close over that 40 level? What do you think happens? Expect to push up. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. You could expect a very big move. So now, obviously, we're going to have to keep our eye on this 40 level. So let's create an alert. Boom. So we get notified if you do break out of this 40 level. And I'm going to put an alert at 41 too, just in case we do break out and this thing starts to move fast. If PL does start to break out over 40, could have a potential nice breakout trade. Just like you see RKLB making new highs. If ASTS earnings comes out very good, you could expect a very strong push on PL as well. And you could expect a continuation in RKLB. Guys, SpaceX IP is coming this year. So obviously they're going to be buying these stocks into it. Why? Because a ton of money is flowing into it because of this IPO. This IPO is pricing in at what, 1.7 trillion or something like that? Guys, I'm gonna be talking questions in a second, but I'm just gonna babbling for a second. This IPO is coming in priced at like 1.7 trillion. So with that being said, all the money that's flowing into SpaceX is into that whole sector in general. So it's flowing into PL, ASTS, and Rocket Lab. We're seeing it firsthand. And this Rocket Earnings could be that early tell for ASTS. So watch ASTS this week for potential opportunities. One of our analysts already has it. Shout out to Mr. Zero DTE. He got the 80 calls for this week, if I'm not mistaken. Not saying to enter them, but definitely keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. All right, that's space. That's the space sector on your watch list, and keep why the guys. Can someone tell me why they're buying the space sector? Because SpaceX. That's it. That's it. The money that's flowing into them, the money that's flowing into this industry is not to be ignored. It is big money, and when big money is rotating somewhere and big money is putting cash somewhere, there's always going to be opportunity within, especially as day traders and swing traders like us. Understand the narrative. The SpaceX is coming to the market, and money is flowing into all of these space stocks, right? This is a speculative market, but it is being confirmed just because of this SpaceX IPO, right? A huge industry, not an insane amount of competition. So that's why you're seeing all of these stocks like Rocket Lab, ASTS, and PL make relatively huge moves. I mean, even ASTS, if we're coming down on a 3 week time, a 3 year, I mean, just in 2024 it was trading at, or 2023 it was trading at $1. Now it's 75 with a high of 130. So still a lot of room up. Yeah, so that's the space stocks. Understand the narrative, know the narrative, and don't fade the narrative. What I want to talk about for MU, guys, very, very, very important. This is how you have to understand it. If you don't understand this, you're not successfully trade MU. All right. So understand this. Let me just get these charts right. This is pure game right here. Everything that I'm about to tell you right now is going to be pure, pure, pure game. Yo, how does the charts look like this?
What happened?
How do the charts look?
What do you mean? How do they look like this?
How do they look? They look all right.
Yeah. They look fine. They're eligible.
Like you can see them, right?
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
just
a
not.
big ass screen. Anyone on a phone or a laptop is cooked unless they zoom into a two. It looks fine though on video.
All right. So I just want to show you guys just because these are MU, SNK, STX. WDC, STX are at the bottom of the chart. MU. Actually, I really don't even need to show them. I just need to show these two. Fuck that. All right. MU, guys. First of all, what a move. Gotta pat ourselves in the back for absolutely nailing this move. Absolutely sniping this move for how long? For how long, guys? So very nice. Very nice. Just wanted to say that before. Huge for MU. MU now trading like SNDK. MU is now trading like SN Kevlar. Kevlar. You fucking nailed it, though. You nailed it. MU Premium is now trading like SNK. What does this mean? Premium wise, 50 points out of the money. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago on MU, 50 points out of the money used to be $400 on MU, right? If when the stock was 400, right, and you wanted to buy the 450 calls, they would have been $400. Now on MU's trading at $700 right now, right? 746 at the close. At the close, 100 out of the money was trading at $1,000. This is SNDK. Look at SNDK option chain, and you go $100 out of the money. You're trading you're putting up $1,000 for a contract. So this means it's likely going to start moving 40 to 80 to maybe 100 points a day in either direction. And you have to understand that in either direction is key, because now that we're moving like this, we could have very strong pullbacks and also very strong comebacks. So much flow coming in still on MU. The boost in the premium, or the jump in the premium now, if I could, the best way to explain it is 1,000 comes soon. The momentum is super strong. So much flow from Friday that was still being added into the highs indicate to us there's not many sellers coming into M yet. There are still big positions that were open months ago that are still not closed, right? And we're talking about hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in calls, in call flow. Not many people are closing big long-term positioning yet on MU. You're not seeing people close far strikes, like far expiration calls out yet. The people who were buying 800 calls back in March are not closing their positions yet. They are holding. Why? Why are they holding? Why are they holding? Move's not done. Momentum's still here. You'll know when the move's done. Know when the move is done. So, understand this about the MU premium, and this is what I'm gonna. Let's go look at it real quick. MU weekly premium. Let's look at the 850 call. If you wanted to buy the 850 call at the close, somebody tell me how much it is. $950. And it's 100 points out of the money. You have to put up $1,000 to buy. What does this mean, Chad? Do we know what I mean by it's trading like SNDK now? Look at this. This is SNDK. 1562. Let's go look at the 1660. Look at this. Out of the money on SNDK, 100 points up. 100 points up. It's $5,000. Hold on, that's crazy for real. That's really crazy. 100 points up on MU is a band. It's $1,000 now. Are on MU $40. Yes, yes. So that is good, but does that justify premium being like this? Potentially, yeah, potentially. It really means for us, in my opinion, there's a lot of opportunity in this, but you have to be a lot more careful. Now, this is not for accounts that are small now. The opportunity in MU is a lot less than it was a month ago. If you missed it, you missed it. It's okay. But understand this now. I have to keep you guys updated how we have been nailing this memory trade. No other Discord has nailed this memory trade like us. No other Discord. Other people have, but no other Discord on Instagram. No other Discord that we see. No guru that you see on Instagram. Nobody's been trading it like us. Got to give the whole team a pat on the back because we've been killing it, man. Real life Carlos. So with this being said, understanding that MU premium is now trading like SDK is now very juiced. 100 point out the money is now going to be $1,000, but the ATR is $40 to $50. So now MU can 50 points up, 50 points down intraday like it's nothing. So keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Low market yet for MU. There's no closing of long-term positioning yet on MU either. I said that. Yeah, the ATR will grow as price grows. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. 1,000 MU and 1,200. Yeah, 1,200 potentially soon. 1,000. Let's get into some pure charts. Now look at she's a beauty, no? Look at that.
This is Navitas.
Oh my lord. Beautiful consolidation that we see on NVTS. This is Navitas, NVTS. Beautiful, guys. Very nice flag. This is a beautiful breakout waiting to happen, guys. Textbook bull flag. Textbook bullish consolidation, right? Let's take a look at the monthly. Hold on. Let's take a look at the weekly. Look at the weekly time frame. We have highs of 22, right? 22.19 is the highs. Oh man. Look at how these weekly candles are closing. Look at these bullish candles right here, boys. Very bullish candles. Earnings just away. The whole semiconductor theme is absolutely up. INTC is ripping new highs. It's sitting at all-time highs. All the semiconductors are moving up. Does Navitas get some love? Does the smaller semiconductor stocks start breaking out as well? We could look at On. Take a look at On Semiconductors. On is in a similar consolidation, moving higher. Already broke out, right? Going to see this kind of breakout happen on NVTS. This is one of our favorite setups going into this week. All right, going into this week. I'm gonna give it to Angel, guys. I'm gonna give it to Angel, guys. For Navitas, what we look for. Actually, I'm gonna give you guys a double layer, a double fucking layer, guys, because you guys deserve it. June 18th, 25. June 18th, 25. Because the open interest. 20s are the best because the 20s are pricey. But honestly, 20s would be the best. All right, 20s, 20s, 20s. If the breakout does happen this week, 20 weeklies could be very nice. Okay, Angel. That's it. That's it. Everything else, I'm gonna put some other stocks watching in the market. So definitely lock in the morning for that. Join the free morning call, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. PST. And yeah, Angel, do you want to share your screen, my brother?
Yeah. I just want to just double go over MSTR and coin really quick, and also show Tesla. Talk about Twix since we haven't
Facts.
touched on it
Give
too
them
much.
your levels, man, because on my charts, bro, I I don't update my levels as much. I have, but I end up day trading. I create for my day trades. I end up.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I did the same thing on MSTR near the highs, but there's a
Yeah.
big clutter over there. Um, Guys, like Rich said, it's all about Bitcoin getting above that 82,700 level. Um, as you guys can see, MSTR is back at consolidation lows, been bouncing off of 117 down here. Same exact levels as the consolidation previously before the breakout. Seeing a break above 1,200 will be a nice weekly flip on the clouds. Obviously, more of a longer term play, guys. I wouldn't say day trade it unless you're day trading the break of 28,000. I know 82,000. Wow, I'm dyslexic. So here are my levels. I'm gonna screenshot these for you guys for MSTR really quick, and then we'll go over here to coin. Coin exact same deal, guys. If you guys look right down at these 140 this 145 level, we bounced off of it already previously two times. Once here on September 6th, 2024, and here once again on April 11th, 2025. Seeing the third bounce here just right in February, and we're seeing some sort of that we've seen previously before we flipped and broke above. If you guys see the volume as well, the volume on this candle, this weekly print on coin looks very good. Also holding our 200 psychological level. Up 216.93 is going to be our indication that we want higher. Once again, guys, this could be either a longer term play or you're just playing the break of that 82,000 level, right? That will bring volatility into these names. So whether it happens this week or next week or in 3 weeks, that's gonna be we're looking at MSTR and coin here. I'm gonna be sending my levels for coin, and then we're gonna go into Tesla really quick. Trying to get this video out for you guys ASAP. All right, there we go. There are your levels for coin. Now, if we just go here, go over Tesla really quick, guys. Tesla. Wow. Look at this, guys. So, looking at Tesla on the weekly chart, our first break of 400 was we came topped out at around 408, and then rejected, and we bounced above, finally seeing a hold above 400 and more specifically 430, guys, right? It's going to be a big level here that we are going to be looking to break. If you guys look in after hours right now, we are already rejecting off of it, right? After a beautiful day on Friday, creating a nice 10-minute flag. We're seeing if we can hold, right? Under 425, you can see a move back down to 423, then back down to, but if we continue to hold here and come back above 430 before the close, the next level is going to be 437. We are only a 16% move away from all-time highs, guys, and look at what's happened to the other 7 names. We've been breaking all-time highs, right? If we go back here, look at the weekly, the daily, guys. Tesla is still behind, right? We still have half of the move to make here highs. So just very weekly, very nice daily chart as well here, just showing support and just a hold this buying volume, guys, right? Doesn't look buying volume is slowing down at all here, and we can definitely see that next move up here to 437, 450, and then that all-time high with all these levels in between. So I'm going to be sending my levels for Tesla here. Tesla can be very interesting on Monday and Friday, with those being 0 DTE days. So any sort of volatility on those days specifically will pay more if you are 0-day contracts, right? Let's say you're buying the pullbacks at the clouds that seem to work really well on this move back up to 400, right, guys? A lot of you guys have capitalized on this cloud bounce. We've been talking about it week after week, day after day. And just, yeah, there's still a lot of basically space here to the upside, guys, right? We can always come down, see another of 400, see if we hold it as a support and a hold on the weekly cloud. Um, but yeah, besides that, guys, here are the levels for Tesla. Rich did a wonderful job of going over pretty much everything tonight that you should be keeping your eyes out on. And yeah, if you guys have any questions before we do a little prayer and head out of here, let us know, guys. Any questions at all before the week starts? Make sure that you guys have your plan set, know what days to go maybe a little bit lighter on, and be aware of the news that's going to be dropping this week, right? The speakers, the earnings, facts, right? The economical news and whatnot. So once again, Rich will be on for pre-market with Rich, going over a little bit more names. And yeah, if there's no questions,
Bro, one thing I want to say, bro, is going into this week, bro, we're fucking up so much fucking money. This fucking, oh my god, that's been amazing. So I'm just gonna be honest, man. Going into this week, man, going to be very cautious with everything, right? With the memory stocks, listen, I'm gonna love to keep gonna like I love to play MU, love to play SNDK, but if I'm gonna play it, guys, it's gonna be like one contract at a time. We're not going to be going crazy into any options. We're going to be going light and looking for opportunity elsewhere, right? I really like the energy sector and a lot of other potential laggers. I'm going to go over more into in the pre market with Rich. I wake up on time, but I'll be there. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And yeah, it is OPEX week. Like you said, it is just a week to be cautious, man. Cautious. A week be observing, maybe more than attacking, but who knows? We're gonna really see mañana, man. We're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see, and yeah, man. The main thing I want to stress is anybody who's really been printing with us and making money is we have to put the profits now, guys. It's not about making $1 million every, like making 1,000% on our portfolios every day, every week. We have to slow it down and sometimes play defense. Pay yourself. If you some good 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50 grand, however much you made, maybe you want to pay yourself and reset the account and start slow, right? Start small again and build back so you don't get overconfident and blow all the gains that you just made, right? Always good. This is how you're actually going to really respect the trading and really see that progress, right? My opinion. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to say that, man, before I really wrap it up here and get just because it's important. We could make money every day, man, but it's a fact of you not going into stupid plays just because you have a little extra money to play with now. You know what I'm saying, guys? So just stay mindful, stay sharp, and yeah.
and also, another thing I'd say is just like know that there's other stocks, you and S and guys. We've played a lot of this, but it's just important, kind of taking a step back, looking at what everything's doing, looking at what sectors are strong for this week specifically. A lot of small cap earnings. So just guys, especially for beginners, just be observant, see how news affects the market with headlines. Do see some headlines with Trump and any update on the war or the ceasefire. I'm pretty sure over the weekend Trump announced a ceasefire with Ukraine and Russia along those lines, like a 3 to 4 day ceasefire. So just looking for more headlines on that and just anything war related, guys. We are playing in headline markets, right? So any scam candle on the indexes can really mess those zero DTs up, guys. Once again, maybe try staying away from the while they are at all-time highs and focusing on the individual names that still have room on the way up, right? The ones that look like they're still breaking out, the ones that haven't really left yet, that have a reason to leave, right? That have the story, and more so the momentum, right? The confirmation of the breakouts. So react, guys, don't predict. And yeah, let's get right into. Looks like everyone is to this. Yeah, Moose Eagle. Yeah, OPEX was just options this week. You'll see a lot of new flow into either the next.
Yo, what I just said.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. Repeat that you said that. Okay, bet. Um, Yeah, and like Rich said also on the options, it's the weekly expiration that doesn't have a W next to it, right? So anything that doesn't have a W next to it is going to be that monthly or OPEX week, right? Everything that has a W is a standard weekly expiration. All right, let me get right into prayer, guys. Dear Heavenly Father, I'd just like to thank you so much, Lord, for having such a dedicated team that shows up and shout every single day. I ask you to guide us with a clear mind, with the wisdom that we need to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that you're putting in front of us, Lord. I just ask you to be there every step of the way and make sure that we're including you in our path, Lord. I just ask you to make everything your will. Anything that we make in the markets, Lord, I just ask it to a good cause, whether it's our students that are either paying their bills or helping their fear, just overall working towards them, Lord, right? May money not deceive them, and may they not make it their master, and just know that they're only there because you. So, yeah, just hope that everyone gets the rest that they need and wakes up with a clear mind this week, a structured mindset, and disciplined actions. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Let's get it, guys. I'm going to end the recording